Okie dokie, this is vlog installment number 2. The concept here is an example to you and an example of you in terms of how we live. You know, I have a friend who is Vietnamese by birth. She's been here 20 years. That is largely the impetus behind me changing my focus from that of being a music producer. I'm a guitar player principally, majored in music composition and theory. And so my musical style has evolved into smooth jazz, coming through contemporary jazz, something that I refer to as music school music. And, you know, I come from the land of the ice and snow where the midnight suns and the harsh winds blow, and jazz rock and the Mahavishnu Orchestra and Jeff Beck and Led Zeppelin, of course, and Eric Clapton and all those guys as a guitar player, and the plethora of other guitar players that followed suit. Those perhaps being the big three in the British invasion. Of course, I was a huge Beatles fan, and Stones, but not as much. Anyway, all that being said, that has kind of led me to YouTube now as sort of the new, I've seen YouTube defined as the new gold rush, where, you know, lots of people are making lots of money, and lots of people are panning for gold, trying to follow suit. And I am one of those. And so, you know, I'm 2 months into my YouTube career, I guess you could call it. I mean, I've had YouTube channels, but I haven't taken any seriously until really, you know, I started kind of studying it in May of this year, 2024, and then launched a new channel, this channel, that I'm calling Self-Developmental. It launched on June 1st, 2024. So we are now the full month of June, full month of July, half the month of August into it. So 2.5 months. And so I've been sort of trying various niches out. The first one that's really kind of gained some traction is English as a second language, also known as ESL. And that has largely to do with my friend who's Vietnamese, been here 20 years, but she's still having troubles with business English. I still have to talk to the bank for her and, you know, deal with anybody who is using, you know, proper Latin-based English, lawyer style English, business style, which is legal English. You know, so when it comes to the mortgage, when it comes to the escrow company, when it comes to all those kinds of things, I'm the guy doing the talking. She's getting better and better at it. You know, when it comes to navigating and negotiating her Amazon returns, she can handle that more and more. Whereas in the past, she'd hand the phone to me where I could either text or chat, communicate, and or talk to their customer service. You know, because I knew how to negotiate with them, and I knew what to expect, and I knew what they should be providing. And her, as a newer American, she didn't know what her rights were, you know. So anyway, English as a second language, I now have enough videos, approximately 20 up, that YouTube recommended that I turn them into a podcast, which I did. They basically sequenced the videos into a collection. You know, I've also got some psychology videos, some finance/budgeting videos, and the other category. Of course, I have some music videos on a different channel currently called Pivotal Momentums, plural, youtube.com/@Pivotal Momentums. I recently unlisted a lot of my music videos just because they're released through CD Baby, which is how they get to Amazon and iTunes and Spotify and Pandora and, you know, all the usual suspects of digital platforms where you can play them, YouTube included. And so that's kind of worked to impede my ability to release my own music on my own YouTube videos in these new niches without getting some kind of notification that CD Baby has something to say about it, and they've released them every time I've asked them to, so that's been good, but it's a pain in the butt. So my new stuff, I'm just not even bothering with CD Baby. I'm just putting it on YouTube myself, so I don't have to deal with any of that, and I don't care about Spotify. There's no money in it. I've been on Spotify and all the others, you know, it's worthless. So here we are. I'm at retirement age now, and music isn't going to provide anything, so it is my hope that YouTube does. So we're working towards subscribers on this new channel to do that. You know, I'm seeing and hearing from other YouTubers that this video style is the current style of choice. I suppose it's much more natural, much more improvisational, much more direct, much more believable with no edits. So I'm gonna endeavor to edit this as little as possible. Anyway, what I came on here to talk about was, I guess, really my lifestyle and how it relates to you and how I can represent you and or speak to you about it. I mean, I'm in my 60s. You know, I've got to be thinking about retirement. I've been a musician all my life, as I said, you know, so I've had jobs, of course, corporate jobs. I've been a marketing guy. It's kind of what, you know, artsy-fartsy types like us do. Most notably at a company called Pacific Recorders and Engineering that's here in San Diego that built broadcast consoles and sold 90% of the major markets across the US and some internationally, you know, on and on. PR&E is how radio stations would know about them, and I still see old PR&E gear in social media posts of various radio stations. They got bought right around the turn of the century by Harris Corp, who's a big 100-year-old communications conglomerate. And I worked for Harris Corp for a little while. You know, what the situation was Harris, as a communications company, especially in the 50s with their, you know, primary client being the US government and the armed forces, you know, had radio antennas and that sort of thing. But when it came to radio and television, they didn't have the front end. They didn't build consoles. That was their interest in buying PR&E, because that's what they did. So then they started flying all their people out here to man the new console designing manufacturing facility and slowly kind of phasing out the Californians that worked here, you know, so everybody from all across the country that were living in the land of the ice and snow wanted to come to sunny Southern California where they could get away from all that. That was kind of the day gig, if you will, you know, while I was, you know, kind of doing this music thing. I've just never been one to really love flying all over the place and packing my stuff, living out of a suitcase, packing up all my equipment and shuffling off to Buffalo to set it all up, 18-hour days to play, you know, for not really enough money to do it. And I don't know, I just didn't want to do that. So here we are. You know, I did a prior vlog, which was, the subject matter of that was niches and figuring out what my niche was going to be. So now that I've had another month of experience on YouTube, I can see that this style of video is what's fashionable right now, what's preferred, what YouTube is promoting to the general public. And I'm seeing, I guess while we're on the topic, how to make money on YouTube is to let YouTube promote you to their millions, if not billions of users. And I mean, there are millions of YouTube channels that are broadcasting to billions of YouTube users. This style of video is what YouTube is favoring, and new channels the YouTube algorithm is now favoring. They've reduced requirements now from 1,000 subscribers to 500 subscribers to get the first level of recognition from YouTube. It doesn't entitle you to earning a piece of the advertisements that are part of your videos, but it does enable you to make money through some other aspects of what YouTube has to offer. So that's something. Anyway, they say there's never been a better time to become a YouTuber, so I'm taking them at their word, and here we are. I'll make a better list for you for the next vlog and talk to you more about it. Meanwhile, suffice it to say, I suppose, that as a music producer, I've already got a lot of the gear that's necessary to do this. I mean, I'm just filming this with my iPhone. This is an iPhone 13 Max Pro. I do have a DSLR camera that I just got now that it's no longer the current technology. You know, now DSLR has no moving parts. They don't have the little flip screen where the mirror flips up to expose the element to capture an image. So now I got a $3,000 Nikon camera for $1,200 at Best Buy. So that was cool now that they're on sale. So I'll set that up next time I do have a tripod for it and whatnot. And, you know, this will become my B-roll, I guess. YouTube, here we come. For this video, it's already over 10 minutes, so I'll peace out, as I like to say. And we'll talk to you soon. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Got to have that. You can like if you like, but the algorithm wants to see likes and it wants to see comments and it wants to see all that kind of thing. But the main issue right now is subscribers and watch time. So the main thing is they want this video to be compelling enough, and I guess this style of video resembles live video more, and that is really driving length of time of keeping you viewers watching. And that's the goal. YouTube wants to keep you on YouTube so they can advertise to you. Peace out, subscribe, like, comment, and watch, and we'll talk to you soon.